Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Gio and you just heard a full mix of a bunch of stems that I remixed in the session of Reaper using the new Brainworks Rocker Gain VST plugin, which simulates an orange rocker verb amp. So I'm going to be going through what's going on in these tracks, and pretty much that's it for this video. So starting off with the master track, I'm running Ozone on a CD master preset, going into an L2 limiter. On the drums, I'm running EZdrummer 2, Metalheadz drum kit, and a cut through preset. Going into a Bark of Dog VST plugin, which bumps up the low end. I really like using that sometimes. And into an L2 limiter. Going into the bass guitar track, running a little bit of a Reaper noise gate. Going into Neural DSP Parallax, set to an Arc Reactor preset, and I really didn't touch anything. That's the cab section for it. Going into Slate Digital Virtual Mix Rack as such. Then going into a Pro multi-band compressor. Going into another virtual mix rack by Slate Digital, running another compressor set to Rock Bass preset. Then finally into an L2 limiter. So this mix has 4 guitars. 2 are panned left and right, 100%. The other 2 I have panned at 50%. So the rhythm guitars, the bus looks as such. Pro Q3 EQ, a Waves API 550 EQ, a Mag EQ4 equalizer, Shadow Hills mastering compressor, FabFilter multi-band compressor, an L2 limiter. Then the other guitars, guitar bus looks as such. Pro Q3 EQ, Waves API 550A EQ, another Mag EQ4 equalizer, Shadow Hills mastering compressor, L2 limiter. So let's talk about a little bit about the rhythm guitars. Left and right are identical, so I'll just talk about the left guitar. All guitars, regardless if they're the ones that are panned 100% left and right or 50% left and right, are all first going through a TSE 808 overdrive pedal. So this is the amp. It's a 2-channel distortion and clean channel, and has your master volume, then the distorted channel, volume, treble, mid, bass, gain, clean channel, treble, bass, and volume. And let's talk about what comes with it. This amp's equipped with a noise gate, which I do have engaged. It also has amp filters that you could use to control your rumble or your harshness on your high frequencies if you wish. You could also bypass them as well. So I have my tight setting on pre setting right here, and then I have my smooth, or to control the high frequencies, set on post. There's a built-in delay, which I'm not using. There's an input gain. You can bypass your preamp and your power amp on this amp sim, as well as many other Brainworks amp sims. And then it has this power soak feature, which allows you to crank up this section, the preamp of the amp, and if it's too loud, you could reduce the volume by using power soak. So it's like a break, but I really don't use it that much because I'm really not cranking this thing up too high, so I really don't need it. And then it has an IR section, which you could also bypass and use your own if you wish. So this comes with about 120 impulses, which is insane. And I'm using one called an 054 Orange 212 impulse. And what it is as soon as this comes up, an AKG C414 and a Royer 121 mic. And it's using a preamp called a Neve VXS. So yeah, I kind of like this amp for what it is. It is very versatile as such too. Use it for doom metal, regular death metal, rock and roll, your British metal stuff. But overall, it's a pretty nice amp, especially if you pick it up on sale. Right now it's $150, which I don't recommend to pay for this amp, but I got mine on sale, so it was worth it for me. So that's what that is. It tells you, like, you know, whatever impulse you have picked, what it is, which is pretty nice. And like I said, you could turn it off if you wish as well. Then it has this section right here that you could cycle through these impulses as you're playing your session, which is pretty nice. But again, for me, I really don't use it much. So pretty much, if you're familiar with BrainWorks amp sims, this is pretty standard issue stuff that they have. And this amp is developed by Nimbrini Audio, so you know you're getting a really good quality software. So that's that for this amp and these channels. Then on the other two guitar channels that are panned 50/50, it's the same thing, but I'm also running an analog rack delay by Nimbrini, set like this, as you see on my screen. I always set my delay to 550 milliseconds, regardless if I'm using software or real amps and pedals. Or sometimes I might set it to 50 milliseconds. So yeah, I just like running it that way. But everybody runs delays however they wish. Alright guys, so that's what I have going on in here. So if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, like, share, as always. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. See ya.